And welcome back, everyone, to Who Would Win. We're no longer in the week of, so now we're just doing Who Wins until the last week of the month. And from Frankie A. Furrow, we have Who Wins in a Fight, Myotismon versus Yubel from Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. Both are beings of darkness. Myotismon particularly is a very evil individual, just enjoys pain, drinking the blood of the innocent. He does do that, because he is a vampire. He is the big bad, an ultimate level Digimon who is kind of evil personified in many ways, at least to certain degrees. There are other Digimon who are much more evil than even he is, but he is evil. His main ability is known as Crimson Lightning, where he basically has this red whip of energy that he can like whip people with. He can also, I think, just fire it as like a bolt of lightning. He can also summon bats to attack and devour individuals. Dude, at least in the series proper, he could not be defeated except by like a holy angel Digimon. Like when Angemon showed up, he actually had to, like, even though Angemon's only a champion level, the Angemon line is exceptionally powerful. So even a champion level Angemon is still something that an ultimate level Myotismon didn't want to tangle with unnecessarily. And then he was ultimately defeated by Angelwomon with an arrow through his chest, until he digivolved to his mega form, Venomyotismon. Now, with that being said, we will not be using Mega Venomyotismon here, just because those are circumstances beyond. Those are very unique circumstances, and Digimon just can't digivolve willy-nilly. There's usually got to be catalysts. You got to absorb certain data, or you got to have a Digidestin. So we're not allowing that in this fight. But I think his weakness to, like, say, holy light and stuff like that, I think that still needs to play a factor in here. So Yubel's story is actually very sad. Yubel originally was just a friend to the Supreme King as a child, who ultimately wanted to be their guardian. So through experimentation, rituals, and whatnot, Yubel became this hermaphrodite being of darkness to protect the Supreme, well, not the Supreme King, but the Supreme King, but Jaden's past self. She would be with Jaden throughout the majority of Jaden's life until her dark tendencies were becoming too strong, and the card was taken away from Jaden, and I believe she was sent into space. Now, with that being said, she was bombarded with the cosmic rays of the light of destruction, which warped her and kind of made her a lot more villainous than she originally was. And she sought revenge against Jaden for abandoning her. Now, her powers are derived directly from darkness. Now, in the series, she has many different forms. Like, it takes her a while for her to regain her true physical strength or physical form. So she has to rely on, like, dual energy, possessing people, all that. But as long as there's darkness in your heart, she in theory can awaken that and activate it and increase it and possess individuals and use them for her own means. She is powerful enough to open dimensional rifts for individuals as powerful as the Sacred Beasts, who were, in essence, the GX equivalent of the God cards. So divine, deity-like creatures of power. She can teleport an entire academy worth of people to an alternate dimension. She does have energy attacks as well, as far as I know, but she just doesn't normally use them. She can literally turn dual spirits into reality or make creatures real in duels. So she has some levels of reality warping powers. She can get inside your head as well. She can manipulate to certain degrees. She obviously has the capability of flight as well. She can teleport when she needs to. She is a master manipulator and tactician. She can bond with individuals and lend them her power. Yubel is exceptionally powerful, to say the least. Now, it's believed, though, she says that a lot of her power came from the light of creation. So when the light of creation left her, it's up in the air whether or not she still had the level of power she initially did. But Yubel is still a unique character. A unique character who I didn't initially like that much, but I did grow to like as the series went on. And is overall exceptionally unique. So in a fight between these two double-like figures to some degree, who wins? Let's say Jaden is somehow, let's say just Digimon and Yu-Gi-Oh! Take place in the same world, and Jaden is, out and about, and Myotismon is attacking the city or whatever, and he can sense the energy coming from Jaden, and Yubel decides, no, Jaden, I'll take care of this. And she shows up, like, you will not touch him. It's like, I see. I'm not familiar with the type of Digimon you are. I'm no Digimon. She maybe fires an energy blast at him, because I know she can't do that. It's just not something that's like, she's not ki blasting, but she can manipulate dark energy. Hence, like what you see in this card right here. So, and she does have other forms as well. Like her card, she can evolve. If we're factoring in that her abilities as a card translate into her abilities as a individual when she takes a physical form, that means that if any damage is dealt to her, it would be dealt back and destroy the individual. Now, that doesn't mean it's an automatic. Myotismon, for example, probably being a dark entity, would probably be immune to absolute destruction, but it wouldn't mean he's immune to taking damage from her. So if he hits her, she goes, and all of a sudden, it's like, what? It's like, sorry, what's wrong? And then he attacks again. He gets it again. I see. I cannot damage you. No, I see. Conventional damage would be useless against you. So why don't we do something different? He fires the bats at Jaden. Jaden! I see. I have to be attacking you directly. But if you're defending someone... and she, teleports Jaden out there. She teleports behind him and just boom, punches him in the face. But he punches her right back. And he's actually much larger than she is. Despite his somewhat human-looking appearance, he is actually much taller than a normal person. Especially at his peak power. So they're kind of duking it out for a bit. The immediate problem Yubel faces in this fight is she doesn't use light or holy based abilities. She doesn't actually have a exact means to hurt Myotismon, at least in a conventional way to kill him. She could hurt him, but she doesn't inherently have the power to kill him outright. But what she lacks in that ability, she actually does make up for in some more of her nuance abilities. For example, the ability to, hold on a second, she can possess anyone with inner darkness in their heart and manifest herself through a being made of pure energy. Wait a minute, let me read that right. She can possess anyone with inner darkness in their heart and manifest herself through a being made of pure energy. Oh, I remember that now. Yeah. Which means she can possess Myotismon in theory, because he's just evil. That's what he is. So, and her strength comes from the darkness of others. She's able to exploit the hidden desires and manipulate people to do her bidding. She also has telekinesis to immobilize individuals as well, as I said. So she does have means to actually... and her raw power, like I said, was capable of opening a passage for the sacred beasts and subduing all three of them by herself. And even weakened, was able to push back Adrian's Exodia powers. That being who happens to be an auto in Yu-Gi-Oh! So, yeah. Yubel is certainly strong indeed. So, yeah. Very much so. Yubel, I think, has the raw power over Myotismon, because any one of the sacred beasts is strong enough, I think, to give Myotismon a serious problem. But you now give someone who can subdue all three of them with telekinetic abilities and the ability to manipulate your inner darkness. It's not so much will she be able to kill him, it's just, can she just suppress him or just subdue him? And the answer would be absolutely yes. Yes, she could, because she can subdue individuals who just frankly have strength that surpasses his. Now, with all that said, she's not infallible. She still could be killed and destroyed if enough of her energy is drained, which Myotismon also does that. He does drain energy too. So if he grabs her, say, with Crimson Lightning, without her, maybe take some more damage, but starts to siphon her energy off, that would be a problem. But with her raw power, she should be able to break out of the Crimson Lightning and again subdue him. Maybe kind of just basically crush him, more or less, or absorb him into her, or just take over his body and just then take his body for herself. Either way, Myotismon suffers from the problem actually a lot of Digimon suffer from, where he's only got a couple straight attacks. that can do some things, but not a lot. I do believe he has some level of telepathy as well, or telekinesis himself. But when you factor in Yubel's raw power over his, and yes, he can overpower someone like War Greymon, who is confirmed to have a power of a nuke. So not War Greymon, sorry, Metal Greymon, who is confirmed to have the power of a nuke. So that means he is definitely like nuke plus, whatever that would be. So I guess Island plus in terms of power, but Yubel is literally capable of opening rifts in other dimensions. So, and now granted, Digimon can kind of do that too, but she can not only do that, but subdue 3 individuals whose collective power does supersede that, I'd imagine, because the Sacred Beast gained physical form too in season 3. I mean, it's not the God card. I'd be interested to see how Yubel would have stacked up against the Egyptian gods, who, by all accounts, at least by the anime versions of them, are far supersede the Sacred Beast by a large margin, because they all have immunities to or resistances to spells, traps, whatnot. Their effects overall just are stronger. Winged Dragon or Ra on its own could literally board wipe the entirety of the Sacred Beasts. And Obelisk can do that too with just sacrificing 2 creatures. So yeah, it's a little tricky to say how that would have played out, but either way, I'd say Yubel probably takes this fight myself. But this is just my opinion. Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.